It's the 30th of November, and I'm raising the topic this morning of the incessant human rights abuses that I'm unduly experiencing. As I've mentioned, this has all been circulating around the matter of property and my patronage. Now, since I've become a married mother, there have been individuals that have imposed incessantly and illegally upon me. These individuals have been of slander of character, and they have also been of exploitation, monetary exploitation, with regard to the damages of my light body as a royal sacred. Now, these individuals are repeat offenders, and they have been intruding with medical and mental health practitioners. Now, these individuals have highlighted a mentality that just exemplifies insane behaviour. They have intruded and imposed upon my marriage, my nuptials, and the legalities regarding my ownership of my farm holdings, and they have also assisted in withholding a child I gave birth to in 2015. Now, the issue of these individuals having violated my right to freedom on 2 occasions already that were unlawful and that were based on very serious defamation is highlighting problems that individuals that have been of very unlawful behaviours being incessant in their offences. Now, the issue of individuals also using any developments that originated from my light body and the bodily integrity damages that they've caused while slandering my position and purpose and disrespecting my personal life. These individuals that don't live with me, that don't know me, that don't have first-hand experience of me are in further efforts to gain monetarily from my personal experiences and my personal purpose. They have cost themselves huge expense, time, effort and energy in causing a very destructive situation without any rationale. So the issue of denigration and debasement of a qualified educator isn't a very positive reflection for the protection of teachers in a community. Now, the issue of individuals that have been of unlawful developments without my consent and that have damaged my bodily integrity are also highlighting their unprofessionalism and also their inabilities and incompetencies as human beings. These individuals that have been of awful slander without first-hand experience and that haven't respected the Constitution are offending the state and have already caused very serious problems with their fraudulence and their theft from my wealth. So the issue of the Honourable Government being aware and not doing anything with regard to the problems that have been unduly caused for me highlights just how unsafe teachers are in society. And as for property theft of and from my farm holdings, as of 2016, still being an unresolved issue, while there are individuals damaging climate change matters, disrespecting climate change, disrespecting the environment, disrespecting wildlife, the entire lot. As a property owner, as a farm holder, this is absolutely outrageous that individuals are imposing upon me for their acquisitions from my patronage and my fortunes. So I'm really curious what's delaying the government since 2017, and I'd like to know where the United Nations is about this matter. The unlawful detainments by mental health practitioners that have shown a little bit of an obsessive compulsion to cause incessant problems doesn't help the lay of the land with regard to the damages to my purpose and my royal title. Now, there's an issue in this situation also that highlights there's not just identity theft or not just property theft, but identity theft as well. So the validity and authenticity of records regarding this entire matter have also been a fraud. So there has been, since 2018, as a consequence of my work, a lovely acknowledgement of previous fraud that has been happening in this situation. And yet again, there's further fraud being accommodated by individuals that are of unlawful acquisitions and unlawful actions. So, as a recovery advocate of the Sanity and Sobriety Fellowship, I'm really concerned about those individuals that would be assisting any further damages, harms, or losses without recompense that I am due and the reparations that I'm due. Now, as I've said, my home is in Tubberett Hill, and the individuals that are of property theft and that are of women and children's rights abuses and unlawfully withholding a child from his mother, it's all very serious matter again in Tralee, County Kerry. So there are people not learning from the past, there are people repeating their offences, and there are politicians not fulfilling their obligations to me, as I'm living in a one-bedroom apartment with the lowest standard of commodities and the just deplorable behaviour that I'm tolerating. And these people have not provided what they are obligated to. And they, in their minds, are helping themselves to my patronage. And that's a very dangerous criminal offence, considering the exploitation that I've already been enduring and people just robbing left, right and centre. So I'd like to know what the United Nations is doing about this. It's inexcusable that a royal title be damaged to accommodate social influencers or trendsetters that have imposed upon my marriage and my property and my child and family. And as for my profession as a teacher, I hope all the teachers in Ireland are aware of the dangers that have been caused when the relevant bodies and authorities haven't fulfilled their obligations, when not respecting protection, when not respecting proximity, and when not respecting privacy and protocol and procedures. So I'm just really curious what individuals are thinking that this is an easy exploitative endeavour by individuals that aren't of patronage or property of Maria McElligot's here on this upload. I'd like to know what the United Nations is thinking about this, and I'd also like to know why it's taking the government so long to address its obligations, and why is there a repeat effort of offence being caused against an innocent mother and a law-abiding citizen with a clean track record.